of like full.
I'll risk it all, damn it.
Oh, full
I'll risk it
intimacy.
all for Rogue.
Yeah. Would you risk it for a Rogue? Please let us know in the comment section below. Hey there, everybody, Nerd Nation. We're Eclectic Nerds. I'm JR.
Right.
Isaiah.
Thank you for joining us. We're back. As you guys can see, we have a nice little setup now. We've been earning our little monies, and now we have some equipment to get this going.
Sure.
So thank you for joining us. Before we get started, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and let us know what you think of this discussion on the comment section below. We'll be really happy to hear from you guys. If you haven't already been able to tell through the thumbnail, we're going to talk about X-Men 97. Super awesome cartoon from back in the day. One of my personal favorites next to Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, and all the other greats from the 90s. Disney has done so well with this one. Definitely hitting on our nostalgia strings. And episode 1, man. Let's get into it. Isaiah, take it off.
So episode 1 starts off, somebody got kidnapped, who we later learn is Sunspot, which is real cool. Essentially, he got kidnapped by a bunch of them boys, you know what I'm saying? They came and got him. They had him hemmed up in like a warehouse situation, and they had the inhibitor collar on him, which, you know, is going to stifle his powers so he can't use them. He tells them, though, that he wasn't going to use them anyway, due to some traits that we'll find out later in the episode. But essentially, Cyclops comes in, save him, which is super cool to see because, you know, like I said this in a previous conversation that we had, but it's so cool to see Cyclops portrayed really well. As a leader, as a guy who makes the tough decisions, which is cool to see because it's not super common. Obviously, Cyclops has a very tumultuous history in the comics, but you know, seeing him in that leader role kind of opens up to all the extra stuff that they built around him later on. So having that shown here is really cool. From there,
we see some showcasing of the other characters such as Bishop and
right.
Storm.
Yeah, for sure.
Storm is a beast, a goddess, as always.
True.
She approaches with a very thespian form of speaking.
For sure.
And it's something that's really missed in the type of dialogue and monologue that we hear in cartoons even now.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop no longer has a Jerry curl, R.I.P., but he has that mid-fade, so that looks clean.
Bring back the Jerry curl. Stop playing.
Bring it back. Bring it back. It's worth it. It's what made Bishop, bro. Side note, fan casting, bring us Method Man. Just saying.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That'd be dope. He's a fan of the comics. He's
Method Man with the Jerry curl.
With the Jerry. Oh! If the Woo can make it happen, let's get it.
Sure.
From there, we see the showcasing of their powers. Like you mentioned, it was a small little action scene.
Yeah.
We get a little cameo of the Daily Bugle on the bottom left when the newspaper kind of flows in there. And that takes us to our next scene. One thing that we have noticed is the pacing of the show is a lot faster. I understand for episode 1 that makes sense because you're trying to bring everybody up to speed.
Right.
So next scene, they're in the kitchen and Cyclops is being dad and, you know, having at it with the Gambit, telling him, you should have been there, we could have used your help. And Gambit being Gambit, chill, like, bro, you got this.
Yeah.
You don't need me. As he relaxes and, you know, finishes his beignets, you know what I'm saying? Because he's from New Orleans. That had some cool banter. And then out of nowhere, we see Professor Xavier, which at this point we know to be dead from the original series.
Yep.
And then I said, that's not him. You're not going to trick me. That's Morph. And just like that, it was Morph. He's kind of picking on him and whatnot. And I see Morph as, like, obviously the comedic relief.
Mm-hmm.
But he is very... You could tell from the original series, if you've seen it, to where he is now, he's redeemed himself. He has been rehabilitated.
Right.
I hated that dude in the original one.
He was very... Yeah.
He annoyed me so much.
But now you can tell he's happy and...
Yeah.
Obviously, the wokeism in Disney, they made him non-binary, which kind of makes sense for his character.
Yeah, for sure, for his character, of all characters, like, a lot of people are online are complaining about the wokeness of the show, which is kind of ridiculous considering the material and the people. But I can understand making changes to any character. If that's your favorite character, you don't want them to change. But at the same time, like, that change makes a lot of sense, and I don't think, I mean, comments proved me wrong, I guess. But I don't think people really out here cutting for Morph like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no one is like, Morph is my spirit animal. And it makes sense. He has the ability to like shapeshift to different people,
Right.
different mutants, male and female. So it makes sense why, if he had some type of like identity crisis because of his powers, he would be non-binary. He's like, I could be man, I could be girl. It makes sense.
Yeah. And we've seen him transform into some people over these first 3 episodes.
Yeah, for sure. That occurs, and then Gambit goes and throws a little beignet with his little radioactive powers, and Jean Grey walks in and stops it. But next thing you know, they get a whole full shot of her pregnant, like she's ready to pop.
Omega level pregnant,
bro. Foreshadowing, of course. And she's pretty much saying like, hey, we got to live up to the dream of the man, the myth, the legend, Professor X, Charles Xavier.
Sure.
We're here for a reason. Let's be an example. We have a student, the one singular student that we know of right now, which is Roberto. They just saved him. And the next scene is pretty interesting in the laboratory. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's Roberto waking up to Jubilee. Beast. My bad, it's Beast. And I enjoyed that scene a lot because just like Storm, Beast has a way of talking, and I've missed that dialogue that Beast from the old anime brings, which is very scientific, very friendly, very warm at the same time. Ironically, he's literally a furball.
He's a big cuddle monster.
Yeah. But he's on the ceiling doing his stuff. He's like, hey, my boy, don't worry, you're safe. And then Jubilee comes in. It's like, yo, you need to chill. And reminds us like, oh, you remind me of me. Because that's the same way in the comics. It was pretty much a rerun of that episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Just with Roberto.
I was the fish once.
Yeah. I said, I liked going to the mall.
Dang.
They take it off from there. And just Roberto being like, nah, I don't like my powers being all... and then from there... cool scene. Jubilee takes him to the training room. The danger room.
To
let off some steam, and also trying to get him to use his powers.
Which he refuses.
Which is stupid.
And that's a very interesting talking point throughout this episode. Throughout the episode, he refuses to use his powers. He refuses to embrace who he really is. Mm-hmm. Out of shame to his parents, out of shame to the world, out of shame of acceptance. But what better team to be interacting with than the X-Men?
Right.
Proceed. Sorry.
Which that I guess theme is very present throughout these 3 episodes. It keeps on popping up, like identity and pride, who you are, and all that. So Sentinel, he thinks it's fake, and then I think he dodges the Sentinel head, but then Wolverine comes up and almost kills that dude, literally, thinking he was a hologram, and he pins him down and takes out 2 of his 3 claws, and thinks, how very funny, and then he's like, simulation, turn off. That boy has him dead to right, bro. It's funny.
I am certain that he got himself, bro.
Oh yeah.
There's no way you have Wolverine on your back and you don't poop yourself out of fear, bro.
It's a heavy motherfucker.
Something's coming out. I don't know what it is, but something's coming out.
Pride, courage is all out, bro.
For sure.
Damn.
Yeah. And then after that, what they do? They cut the scene to, I think, Storm. They're in their meeting room now, aren't they?
No, I think soon after they kind of Scott and Jean are talking about we're about to have a kid, and
that's right.
What are we gonna do? Like, are we staying? Like, what they're doing now, fighting the bad guys and representing mutant kind, is not a calm environment for a child to grow up in. And now their parental instincts are kicking in, and they're like, this is no place for a kid. Like, do we want to stay? Like, what's going to happen to the team? Like, we worked so hard. We're founding members. We don't want to let down the dream of Xavier. Like, what's going to happen? The team is playing basketball, and that's what we kind of get to the next minor scene of everybody in their 90s gear, bro. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
The crop top.
The crop top with Gambit. People are tripping on it. Bro, it was the 90s. Johnny Depp was wearing the damn near exact same outfit in Elm Street. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a thing, dude. Chill out. But yeah, they're playing, and then obviously Wolverine being Wolverine, Macho Man, he kind of scared off Roberto. Probably said some really, right side kind of thing, like, look here, boy, you better, you gonna dunk it on me, you better dunk it right. and of like full.
I'll risk it all, damn it.
Oh, full
I'll risk it all
intimacy.
for Rogue.
Yeah.
Would you risk it for a Rogue? Please let us know in the comment section below. Look at everything we have. Like, we have a reputation to uphold. Wolverine doesn't take kind to that because he doesn't like to be bossed around. He's honestly the lone wolf, but the wolf that cares for the team.
Right.
Yeah.
And pretty much Cyclops is like, hey, go find this kid, bro, bring him back. And now they're at a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then we get a really cool scene of
Different
Jubilee.
interactions.
Yeah, a couple different.
That's how you
interactions.
use your powers.
Yeah.
In public.
Yeah,
That's a
for sure.
perfect use.
Jubilee doing something really cool. So she basically walks up on Ricardo. They have a little conversation about his powers and
While dancing.
while dancing and
Straight up
like
rave.
him. Yeah, and then she just hits you with the full fireworks in the middle of. I'm sure some people in there was on some things that they should not have been and saw some things.
Bro.
Some crazy stuff was going on, bro. Because she just popping her little fireworks off, which was real cool. To see her just use her powers in a more playful way, like she did in the intro to the X-Men show initially, where she was using her powers to pop open the little coin machine for the arcade machine so that she can get some more coins, which is kind of cool.
The team kind of separates, trying to find him. We get a cut little small scene between Rogue and Gambit. Obviously, they have a physical issue where Gambit is totally in love with her, and she
Don't blame him.
and then she has feelings towards him, but at the same time, if you know Rogue, she can't touch people, so there's that conflict, that border of like full.
I'll risk it all, damn it.
Oh, full
I'll risk it
intimacy.
all for Rogue.
Yeah.
Would you risk it for a Rogue? Please let us know in the comment section below.
It's gonna be a whole lot of just yes comments,
Right? Yes. The person that says no, bro, we're gonna have a full discussion.
Yeah.
And then we see kind of Morph talking to Wolverine, and Wolverine obviously being upset about what's happening. He knows what's about to go down, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Proud Boys, friends of humanity, not our friends. No relation. They come in there and they try to get Roberto, and well, they handle that off screen, and they take him back to the mansion.
Right.
Yep. So they're back in the mansion, and that's pretty much a good chunk of what happened in that episode.
Yeah.
With the exception of the fact that they get back home. And
we back in our basketball clothes, and then all of a sudden, Beast gets a little ring on his little watch. The alarms are going off, and everybody's running around trying to figure out what's going on. Essentially, there's been a breach in Xavier's old office, so they pull up there, and we see Magneto in the craziest drip known to man, full purple fit.
Prince.
White
bro.
emblem, just crazy fit.
Flowing hair.
Holding the last will and testament of one Dr. Charles Xavier, which is very, very crazy to see. And basically lets the team know that everything that Xavier owned was now his, which is insane because, everybody's thinking like, well, it probably should have gone to Scott. Or
the team divided.
Yeah, just like split up. Maybe Scott and Storm with the different,
the leadership,
with the different leaderships that they have. But yeah, it's everything went to Magneto, and he calls the X-Men his X-Men. A call back to Scott saying my X-Men when they were fighting earlier. So. Crazy realization at the end of the episode. Really good way to start off the whole season.
Good cliffhanger.
Yeah, for sure.
I just feel it was a missed opportunity that Magneto didn't start going full Magneto and like just start approaching the team with like, your uniform's mine.
Yeah.
This fridge mine. These cookies in the fridge mine. But no, it was a really good episode. And episode 2 picks up right where I left off, man.
For sure.
And they're pretty much questioning what's going on. They're in I guess the control room, if you will, and having that dialogue as to why you. Backtrack. Before that, we see Magneto save somebody, and that was pretty cool because Magneto.
And also the press was really concerned. Like, they were like, what?
Confused.
Well, yeah, what's going on?
That was the
Like,
guy who used to kill us all the time,
yeah,
try to
yeah.
kill us, and now you're helping. Why? What's your angle?
Yeah, which was crazy to see. Pretty cool scene. Nothing really crazy happened, but you know.
Yeah, and then so they're having that discussion, and Magneto's kind of let him know, like, yo, man, like, I don't want this as much as you want this, but he was my boy, like, so I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna put the due diligence and try to help out and you know, do all that. But he was forthcoming in saying, just let you know, I'll run stuff differently.
Yeah.
And y'all know that, but I'm trying to change. I lost somebody very important to me, so I can see where my errors conflicted now.
Right.
Yeah, shout out to Xavier. He plays that chess game for real.
Yeah, I mean, mental long game.
Yeah. He knew if he died, whatever, and he gave him everything. He's like, damn, I gotta honor it.
Yeah, or so we think so far.
Mm.
Who knows?
So far, he's doing a good job.
Who knows?
Yeah.
From there, there was a conversation with the whole team. Storm brings up the point of, like, you used to be our most fearsome foe. How are we just supposed to trust you off like that?
Right.
Rogue kind of defended him in a way, which was interesting because we see more about that relationship later. And she's like, I used to be a hood rat, and so she didn't say it like that. She didn't say it like that, but I used to be part of the Brotherhood of evil mutants, and the X-Men took me in, and look at me now. You know, you want to say I've been rehabilitated, you can say that, whatever the case we want to call it, to whatever extreme. And they were, let him prove himself. Like, that's what Xavier would have wanted, and that kind of hit the heart, because you're like, yo, he really gives everyone a chance, bro. Yeah. Even though he could read your mind and he knows you're trying to screw him over, he'll still give you a chance, because, like, deep down in there, you might be a good person.
Yeah, also a really cool moment during this conversation is when Scott gets a little peeved. And so, like, basically throughout the whole conversation, Scott is not having any of it. And you can see...
Well, his pride is hurt, bro.
Yeah, you can see a bit of the anger start to creep out. And essentially, it is brought up that he could have Jean read Magneto's mind. And Jean brings up, like, that I can read his mind for this moment, but that doesn't really affect, like,
his
the
emotions.
moments after that, or, like, if he changes his mind, like, there's no way. And Scott, in pretty much, like, the angriest that we've seen him up until this point in the new incarnation of the show, essentially says, well, we're going to scan his mind at every moment of every second of every day until we make sure that that is what he's actually trying to do, which is kind of putting you into where his mental state is. Obviously, the very next scene we see that he's pretty cut up about it, because he's like, am I not good enough? Like, was I never good enough to lead Xavier's example, which is something that he struggled with a lot, both in the show and in the comics for a really long time.
A lot of daddy issues.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really cool to see them recognize how important that is to his character and stay true to that for the show.
And then right after that, we get an alarm, and it's pretty much the U.S. government.
Knock, knock.
The UN knocking on the door like the IRS. And next thing you know, Magneto comes out and the whole team comes out and they're like, what's going on? And off the bat, Magneto's ready to fight, bro. Yeah. He is like, what y'all want here?
Yeah, this scene is very reminiscent of the X-Men, the movie scene.
The Last Stand.
Yeah. Where the cop cars pull up and then Magneto like starts lifting the cop cars. Essentially the same thing happens, but it's helicopters this time.
You're about to chop them up.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, bro. And they're like, Magneto, we're here for you, for you're under arrest for your crimes against humanity.
Right.
And they're all like, oh crap, he's about to kill these people. But no, surprisingly, he turns himself in. I did like the way he's like, I assume I will get a fair trial. And they're like, yep. All right, cool, I'll go. Just to prove that I'm not a bad guy no more.
Right.
And they take him away. And that was really surprising. And that's where the real action starts in this show, man. So. He's in his trial, and the opening scene to that is straight from the comics. He's in his handcuffs with his purple suit and the giant M for mutant or Magneto, whichever one you could choose. And his speech, man, like, I can't get over it. Like, this show has such good writing, dude. Sure. And his character is, how can I put this, man? Like, legitimately ride or die for his people.
Yeah.
And his actions, although might be an error, are justified and valid in my personal opinion.
Right.
Like, he's tried Xavier's way to with dialogue and, you know, the political avenue, but he knows there's people in corruption and there's people who are willing to pay and look the other way. But that's not true justice. And I think that's reminiscent of stuff that we see nowadays. People get falsely accused or people get falsely persecuted, and it's just because they got somebody in the pocket, bro. And there's hundreds of people in jail now that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the dude, he's like, look, man, I turned myself in to show you guys in good faith that I'm trying to change. Yeah, I might have killed a couple people, but y'all started it. Y'all started it. I tried to tell y'all, don't F with me, and y'all kept on poking the bear, and the bear responded, and now y'all scared.
Yeah, y'all definitely have more bodies than me, for sure.
Yeah.
So
you call them on their hypocrisy, too.
Right.
Yeah, and then...
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, and then from there, there's protesters outside because he's having a trial. And they're like, why are they here for us, too?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you gave a monster a trial, so you're giving me a chance to prove myself. And they hate that, so now they hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And what was his line?
The irony of something about the irony of justice or whatever.
Something along the lines.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't that, but it was pretty much saying, like, how funny how your justice system is they turn on you, too, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, good stuff.
Yeah, then we get so the X-Men are part of the trial. Obviously, they have a section across from the jury, so that they can feel represented during this trial as well. And then we get the villain from the first episode shows up with his
Executioner.
Yeah, shows up with his inhibitor gun. So it's like he took the energy that was in the inhibitor collars, and then he transmitted that into a gun. He shows up with that. The X-Men have to leave the courtroom of the trial to go out and
crowd
secure
control
the perimeter and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Jean Grey is in the hospital having her baby, which is crazy. So I think it was Rogue and who was the third person?
Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah. Rogue and Wolverine are rushed her to the hospital, and then the doctor at the hospital doesn't want to deliver her baby because she's a mutant.
She's a mutant.
Yeah.
Exactly what Magneto was talking about.
Yeah. Like we don't work or deal with your kind in this here hospital.
Right.
It's not covered under Blue Cross Blue Shield, Texas.
But yeah, literally
Trash.
exactly what Magneto was trying to get at happens to Jean directly after that, which is crazy. And then we see Rogue use her power to steal the medical knowledge from the doctor in order to deliver the baby. The news gets to the X-Men, who are currently fending off the protesters from outside, that Jean's baby is coming. So I think we send... Who was with... Storm sends Cyclops to go to the hospital because he needs to be there for the birth of his kid.
With Rogue.
Yeah.
Rogue was at the trial?
It
was when they got there.
Yeah, okay.
Wolverine drove Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Which was a funny scene.
Yeah.
Because he's playing stepdad already. Damn. So yeah, they show up, does the operation, stuff is still going down.
Right.
Meanwhile, at the same time, the courthouse, the battle has started, and people are out there acting a whole buffoonery, all types of ignorant. And Magneto's like, I ain't playing this, goddammit. Storm is like, y'all better unlock this man right now. Take that collar off him. Y'all got him treated like an animal. And they're like, why do we gotta listen to you? He's like, she goes, if you want to live, do as I say.
Yeah.
She won't play no games.
She does not play, bro. She would have been a perfect dean at a university, bro.
Right.
She didn't play no games.
Sure.
It's just she demands that presence, bro.
Yeah.
And the voice actress plays it so well, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel when I listen to her, I feel like it's Angela Bassett sometimes. Bro.
Yeah.
Like Angela Bassett should have been Storm,
right.
like an older Storm in
sure.
MCU. Different discussion. So yeah, that happens, and he goes full Yu-Gi-Oh! And creates the Swords of Revealing Light out of the metal within the courtroom.
I like that.
And then everyone's encaged. Rogue is like, all right, my turn. Gets lightning and thunder and boom. Storm, huh?
Storm does that.
Storm does that.
What did I say?
You said Rogue.
You said Rogue.
Damn.
Think about the thickness, me too.
Yeah, I'm lost. And then, so yeah, she releases her powers, and now it's like an electrical cage, and everyone's there, like animals, the irony.
Yeah.
And in the mix of all that chaos, the Executioner shows up, Ryan. Tell the people what the Executioner did, bro. I think you have the most calm demeanor to present this.
He gets a clear shot, and he does what they did to 50 Cent, shoot him up.
Damn, not the 50.
He was aiming at Magneto,
but Storm comes in, blocks the shot. She gets rickied.
No.
And then Magneto gets super pissed because you see Storm like getting out of it, and then she realizes that her powers are gone.
Yeah.
And so he goes on God mode, takes up the whole UN courthouse, and brings him into the air with the Executioner.
Stratosphere.
He crucifies him on the emblem of the UN, which is pretty ironic. And you see Magneto cry, which is crazy. He sheds a tear. Well, especially and I'm suing for Storm, because he realizes how proud Storm is about her powers. That's her identity. She grew up with her powers. She never had a crisis of who she was. And she's always like telling the young mutants, be proud, be proud.
Embrace it.
She embraces her powers completely, what she identifies with. And for Storm of all mutants to lose her powers, symbolically, it's tragic, right?
She is Mother Earth.
So while in the air, Magneto just throws the book at them, calls them bigots, hypocrites, and he's like, "I'm trying. You see exactly what I was talking about. I'm over here trying, and your people just took away the powers of my people. You don't understand how that feels. We're being caged up, and once again, you think that I shouldn't do anything when I should." I was like, "But luckily for you, not today. I'm gonna spare you because my homeboy. That's what he wanted.
Today you live because I choose a different path,
bro."
Essentially,
yo, that's
so Shakespearean.
Speech after speech, Magneto just throwing bars.
Kudos to the writing, bro. The writing's legit.
And the crazy part about a lot of what Magneto is saying is that he's not wrong, right? And applying it to their specific universe, applying it to the real life, right? Like, so much of what he's saying is extremely true and extremely representative of the stuff that we go through today, which is cool to hear, especially in modern media. You know what I'm saying?
Like, now it's an allegory for the struggle of minorities,
right.
Immigration issues.
True.
I mean, we're probably
civil rights issues.
Civil rights in general, just humanity, bro. And that's a whole nother conversation that has nothing to do with nerdom, but we can have that discussion if you let us know. Let us know in the comment section.
And he did that all dripped out on that costume.
Oh, bro.
Crazy, bro.
We did miss something, though, in this episode. Probably the hypest moment in the episode is when they're trying to find Trask, Boulevard Trask.
Yeah.
That was episode 1.
Oh, dang. Okay, yeah. Well, the ending of episode 1 we missed, but essentially it's them finding, showcasing everybody's powers, and the fight scenes in the episode, in that episode specifically, were fantastic. That was probably the best part. The highlight of the first 3 episodes for me was definitely in that episode there. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's the end of episode 2.
They get back and they find out that Storm has completely lost her powers.
Right.
And next thing you know, she leaves the mansion.
Yeah,
she leaves the team because now she's no longer a mutant and she feels out of place. Her letter is so heartfelt, man.
For sure. Killed
I felt like my auntie left the house, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Crazy. She gets on the bus
like a human.
Yep.
And people just looking at her like, "Aren't you that one lady?"
No, I'm not.
Nope, I ain't that her. I'm not her. I'm not the one.
And then she off, and then that's...
And then next you know, ding dong, someone knocks on the door, and Morpheus like, "See, I told you." When he said something like, "She's not gonna last one day with the common folk."
Yeah.
The fact that the way that he referred to humans as the common folk, bro, or the regular folk.
I mean, there's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Opens the door, and it's Jean Grey. Dun dun dun.
But we already have a Jean Grey.
Who is this one at the door? Episode 3 opens up right where it left off, and we have Jean Grey, aka we're gonna call her Jean Doe, as they refer to her. She's on the couch, and they're running some exams, beast being beast. Oh, look here, the carbon dating of the molecular structure and so on and so on. And I was like, bro, I understood everything you said. Thank you. That's awesome.
Shout out to Kumon.
Yeah. Shout out to Kumon training. Kumon. Bro, oh my God. More like Bill Nye the Science Guy. So yeah, pretty much he breaks it down in the suspense that the Jean Grey that just had the kid is younger than the Jean Grey on this couch. How? We don't know.
Well, he says it's a clone.
Well, yes, pretty much he's saying it's a clone, but everyone's asking, like, how did this happen?
Oh, yeah.
When did the switch happen? How the hell are you younger? And the one that's really worried now is Cyclops. He's like, yo, is that even my girl?
Right. Did I have a baby with a
I just had a baby with a clone? Like, is that... like? That's a whole nother scientific question. Like, are clones even really human? Are clones, like...
It's kind of the side piece. What's going on here?
Like, so the Cyclops have 2 Jean Greys.
Mm.
Does that mean that Wolverine can catch one? Damn, hold on. No, he's greedy.
Yeah. We'll stop all the fighting.
All the stops. So that happens, and she gets all mad. Understandable, because to someone to tell you, you're not you, bro. You're not the OG.
Yeah.
But she has all these memories, and that's where the complication came from. She kind of goes off, and she's in her room. And this is what we were talking about earlier. The pacing of this episode alone, crazy. I understand why people are frustrated, because in the comics, this is the Goblin Queen whole saga. And we find out that the person who's done all this is Mr. Sinister. Awesome villain. I feel like he doesn't get enough representation.
Called it.
Yeah, we did call it in our first discussion, which we don't have because technical issues. But one kudos that I do have to say about this episode, guys, the animation and that transformation into the Goblin Queen, bro.
Yeah.
The flames, the green and purple flames.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so
very,
legit.
Angelina Jolie Enchanted vibes for sure.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Was it Enchanted?
Maleficent.
Sorry. Yeah, Maleficent. That vibe was great.
Fan casting?
No.
No.
She old, bro.
Yeah, we gotta. We'll talk about that later. But from there, essentially, the entire house turns into a House of Horrors episode from like The Simpsons, which is kind of crazy.
That's the kind of animation I've been wanting for this show, bro.
Yeah.
There was blood, there was guts.
Yeah.
Morph gets wrecked.
Yeah.
I mean,
to be
burst
fair,
out of the door. Ah!
Yeah.
I was like, what the
What is he said? What is it? We're in hell.
Yeah.
The way he says it, hell.
I think one of the cool things, also, we haven't talked about this at all, but Morph's cameo scenes and all the and all.
Oh yeah, all the
music
he changes to.
We got Archangel in episode 1. We got
Colossus.
we got Archangel in episode 1. Colossus in episode 2.
Psylocke episode 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and Silver, what's her name? The multiple arms called.
Lady Shiva.
Lady Shiva
in this episode, which is really cool.
Blub, Bob, Blub, Blub,
Blob, in
yeah.
episode 1 as well, yeah. So yeah, really cool. Just dope to see so many characters just represented, even if they're not like in the show right now. But yeah, basically it's a House of Horrors episode. Just everywhere you look, somebody's facing their personal traumas. Like we get the Wolverine and Jean thing, like him like loving her and her not reciprocating it, which sucks. We get
Gambit.
The biggest L.
Yeah, Gambit's is pretty bad. We get the who's the body. Oh no, yeah, that's Gambit. Where's Magneto and Rogue's body
from
are,
the Savage Lands
together, which is just
straight from the comics.
Ugh.
Nerd reference.
Yeah.
Cameos.
And then who else? Essentially everybody.
Morph peeping at Wolverine in the shower because he's non-binary. I guess they're leading to something.
Yeah.
And then Wolverine turning into Mrs. Sinister and Morph just freaking out.
Yeah.
No, not again.
Yeah.
That fucking
I was like,
why
bro,
not again, bro? That made me laugh.
transform to Colossus, whoop some ass.
Yeah.
Dang it.
But yeah, there's a
bunch of stuff.
a lot of people just facing their personal traumas, which is cool to see, but super fucked up the way they did it. And then we move to trying to find fake Jean or Jean Doe or Madame Pryor, I think her name is.
Madeline Pryor. We'll find out
Pryor,
later.
yeah. Well, actually, I think when she transforms, she says her name.
I am the Goblin Queen.
Yeah. So yeah. Now Madeline Pryor, we pull up on her trying to find out where she, because she took the kid.
Yeah,
right?
she took Nathan.
She took Nathan, aka Cable. Yo,
Um,
and let's touch on that. So they go to Sinister's castle mansion.
Yo,
and
by the way,
she just gooning like Lil Kim
yeah.
on the chair, bro. just chilling like.
By the
Lil
way, that
Kim.
castle dripped out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy,
very,
crazy.
very, very Castlevania.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
And so it's Magneto, Morph, Cyclops, the three of them, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the three of them. And off the bat, bro, she comes after Morph. And this is the cameo that I really liked. Off the bat, he transforms into Magic, Colossus' sister, right? And she has the power.
Tight.
Yeah, like
So
the
cool.
magic power, right? And like she slays demons in her form of like the New Mutants. Awesome reference.
Yeah.
Madeline Pryor mind controls him, right? And turns him, I guess, momentarily evil. And he turns into Magic, but her demon form.
Yeah, which is awesome.
With the horns and everything. That was so cool.
Yeah.
He got wrecked. He got wrecked.
Yeah,
Immediately, bro.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And then Magneto comes in here, bro, just tearing every window and trying to control her. And she's just letting him know, like, bro, you control magnetism. I control everything.
Yeah, so she starts sending little shards of glass through the pieces of
His electric
yeah,
field.
like he has like an electric field up, and she's just throwing glass in between it, cutting them all up, which was cool to see because just the different use of her powers that doesn't really get to
Hold
be
back.
shown a lot. Yeah, obviously she's not holding back no more because
Mm-hmm.
she's pretty upset. And then we cut to Mr. Sinister downstairs with Nathaniel Richards,
Summers.
What's his last name? Summers. Yeah, there you go. He has her downstairs trying to give him the serum to make him invulnerable to the technovirus that he gets, but in doing that, he has to give him some of it. Just like any vaccine, you got to give yourself a little bit so that your body can fight it in the future.
Or so we're told.
Yeah. Yeah. So he gives him a bit of the virus, which gives him the actual virus because as they try, like he wasn't done with the process of trying to vaccinate him, so he gets saved by his dad, obviously, because Pop ain't playing that.
But little does he know.
Yeah, that actually gives him the actual virus. You can see it like growing on the skin and stuff like that. And then Mr. Sinister kind of just disappears into
You
the
fools,
darkness,
you
yeah.
don't know what you did.
Which is kind of crazy, like that we didn't get a fight scene there. Obviously, you only got the 20 minutes, so you're trying to get through it. But I think that is another hint at the pacing problem. I think personally, the show probably would have benefited from hour episodes. Obviously, that's a lot more work to do. But at the same time, you could give the writers who are so good more time to like get into all of these, super intricate
Interactions.
yeah, for sure. So Mr. Sinister leaves, and then we go back home, where actual Jean, comes up with a plan to send Cable to the future with
Bishop.
Yeah, which is super cool. Because Bishop says he only got enough juice for him and Cable, so they're going to have to go to the future themselves and figure it out and then come back eventually.
At this moment, they don't know that Cable is their kid. Or was that...
What do you mean?
They don't know Cable as their child.
No.
Even though he showed up.
Yes, they don't know that Cable... Yes, true.
Yeah, because in the original series, he makes cameos and he was in a couple episodes, but I don't think he identified himself like, hey, Cyclops, Dad. I mean, I'm
You're
sorry.
my dad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's good because that will mess up the space-time continuum
Yeah,
and
sure.
the future.
Yeah.
And Cyclops is like, I'm not gonna be a deadbeat dad. You don't know what it's like not having a daddy.
Yeah.
And even though he met his dad later on in life, but that's a whole different story. Watch the original series, season 4. So yeah, and he goes off into the future, into the sunset. That is the future, or the bright future they might have now. Try to find a cure for Nathan Summers, and there's a separation between Madeline Pryor and Jean. They earlier in the episode they had a battle. We're all over the place, but bear with us.
Yeah.
Just watch the show. They have a psychic battle, and obviously the OG Jean is like, I was the Phoenix.
Yeah.
You're now about to... No, it's not going down like that.
Yeah.
So she's like,
That flashback, yeah.
That was a
OG
cool.
Jean was
It was
like,
really cool to see Jean's like force, like mental force, be like a manifestation of herself. It was just like a big head of her, like screaming and going for it. That was cool.
Yeah, and the fact that she manifested the birth of her child, so that was a little weird.
Yeah.
Obviously, the big old head floating, but
Yeah.
neither here or there. Only thing that I was like, oh, God damn it, not again. As soon as she uses her powers, OG Jean just faints, bro.
Yeah,
She's always fainting.
yeah.
Can you or can you not? Please
We
fix
gotta
that
be
problem.
able to- yeah, we
Either
gotta
you
be
can
able to
hold it
write that
down or not, bro. Like,
but she wasn't recovered, though.
Yeah,
but she's Jean, bro. Like, come on now. Either you can
For
or you
drama,
cannot.
bro. For drama.
For drama.
But at the same time, it's like, come on, bro. Like we just seen a bet like,
Madeline Pryor.
yeah, Madeline Pryor hit us with the better version of that because she just used her powers for like 30 minutes uninterrupted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she fought damn near the whole X-Men by herself with just the powers.
In 10 minutes.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe that's why she's the clone, the
Yeah.
enhanced better version. Damn. Discussion. Let us know in the comment section below. But yeah. And then she's like, all right, I'm out. I'm going to start my own life. We can't have two of us. And obviously that guy misses you, so handle that. And I'm gone. I'm going to start my own life.
Imagine popping out a baby and leaving instantly. Like,
Dang,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Well,
Like,
that happens in Hood all the time. But, I mean, it's a sad truth.
Yeah, I don't know.
It happens in the Hood all the time.
I mean,
bro.
I guess the kid wasn't there, but at the same time, like
She
you-
said,
If it's not in your timeline, is it even there?
yeah, but you like birthed the child, not we. You know what I'm saying?
Literally, like,
it was like
less than 24 hours ago, you just said pop, and now you're like, you know what? We don't
I'm
know.
gonna start my own life. Like,
Yeah.
what?
First of all, we don't even know if she had a C-section. We don't know if he was just pushing. Like, we don't know. But she's obviously recovered. She's walking out there.
Those sinister genetics.
She's walking out there a whole MILF, bro.
The snatchback was crazy. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
no kid attached, bro. She's gonna go. She's gonna start an OF, bro. I'm telling you right now.
God damn.
Yeah, bro. That's
The mutant OF? Dang.
you know F, bro.
Stuff just levitating and she going to get it. Lord have mercy.
Damn. But yeah, bro. So that happens, and now we don't know because we haven't seen the 4th episode, but
Yeah.
we're excited for it.
It's out tomorrow, right?
At the time of recording this video, yes.
Yeah.
It should come out Wednesdays.
So
At
today,
midnight.
for the people that are watching this, hopefully, please.
Or not. Just let us know in the comment section below. I know we're kind of all over the place, but that's kind of our vibe. We're not trying to be anything too crazy, too serious. We just want to have fun and have fun with you guys.
For sure.
So, yeah.
That's the synopsis.
That's
Okay.
quick synopsis and our thoughts.
From here forward, we should have more time to talk about everything that goes on in the episode. Obviously, we'll get more in the nitty gritty and talk more about how we feel about the episode. Hopefully, the show continues on the path that it is on because there's a
Please,
lot
season
of,
2.
yeah. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that could happen in the season. Obviously, if they already popping out Sinister on episode 3, you know what I'm saying? Like, this could literally go anywhere.
We can only go up from here.
Right. But yeah, we'll definitely be posting more videos about this series specifically. And then other stuff as well.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're still watching, please follow us on all social media. We also have a TikTok, so please just go in everything Eclectic Nerds with a Z because we're edgy. And yeah, click like, subscribe, share. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time. I'm JR.
Bah.
Isaiah.
Eclectic Nerds, we're out.
Peace.